The first one is the debt restructuring. But actually, the first one, normally I say, is to find a successor for the dollar, to find a new anchor for world's financial system.
Well,
And
America aren't going to like that.
Yeah, if you truly believe in a collapse of the whole system, like we just discussed, we always say an optimist buys gold and Bitcoin, but a pessimist buys guns and canned food. If you think about the collapse, if you truly think about the collapse of this system, sell your Bitcoin, buy guns and canned food as much as you can, and a cottage in the Rocky Mountains or whatever, wherever. If you buy gold and if you buy Bitcoin, you buy those assets because you think they will go up in price. But for assets to go up in price, you need markets to function. If you have a collapse, you don't have functioning markets. So Bitcoin should understand that very well. But to come back to the thesis, we need to find a successor for the dollar. All insiders agree on this. Actually, I just wrote a piece for Omviv this week. It will be published next week, in which I give all quotes and statements by central bankers. Mark Carney saying in Jackson Hole in 2019, we need to find a successor for the dollar. Jean-Claude Trichet, the former president of the ECB, stating last month that the system needs to change and we should turn away from the focus on the dollar to a multi-reserve currency system. What does he mean with a multi-reserve currency system? It could be the SDR. That's a currency run by the IMF. There are 5 currencies in there. You could add gold and you could add Bitcoin. Well, they won't add Bitcoin, but they will add gold, as I said. So that's the reset. That's the big reset. And this is openly being discussed among the elite in the system. And that's what my story is all about in the book and in the piece which will be printed and published next week. And that shows you that central bankers and the elite, they understand that we're on the verge of collapse. And they understand they need a reset. And that's why the World Economic Forum explains, Klaus Schwab, the president, explains, we have a small and closing window of opportunity to use the current corona crisis to change the system. And that's why they love the COVID crisis. I don't know how it started. I don't know. But the only thing I know that the masters running the club will use every crisis to change the system in the way they like.